Hello everyone, it's Thursday afternoon, so you're catching me in my kitchen again, getting ready for Shabbos. And while I'm doing this, I'm thinking about the Parsha. This week is Parashas Yisro. And something struck me interesting about the beginning of Parashas Yisro. Right away at the beginning of the Parsha, we have Yisro coming to meet Klal Yisrael, Moshe Rabbeinu, in the Midbar. And it says that they came to where Klal Yisrael was encamped, Har Ha'elikim. So they were at Har Sinai, and Yisro came with Tzipora and with Moshe Rabbeinu's two children, Gershom and Eliezer, and he met them there at Har Sinai. And we have a machlokes in the Gemara in Zvachim, precisely when did this happen? Did this happen before Kabalas HaTorah, or did it happen after Kabalas HaTorah? And we have two shittas in the Gemara. There's one opinion that says it happened before, one opinion says it happened after. There's a Ramban here at the beginning of the Parsha that discusses it in detail. The Ramban says it seems to make more sense to say that it happened after Kabalas HaTorah. And to me this was always very fascinating, because if Yisro came with Tzipora and Gershom and Eliezer after Kabalas HaTorah, that means that Moshe Rabbeinu's own family missed Kabalas HaTorah. Tzipora, Gershon, Eliezer, his sons, they were not at Har Sinai by Kabalas HaTorah. Now, were there neshamas there? I know it's brought down that the neshamas of every Yid's neshama was at Har Sinai at Kabalas HaTorah. So were the neshamas of Tzipora and Gershom, Eliezer, were they there at Kabalas HaTorah? I don't know. But physically, clearly they weren't there. Gans Klal Yisrael was there, but they were at Midyan. And it seems a little bit hard to swallow. Why would it be that Moshe Rabbeinu's own family should miss Kabalas HaTorah? It's a terrible thing to miss. It's hard to imagine that you could really be the same person having witnessed Kabalas HaTorah or not having witnessed Kabalas HaTorah. And it's definite, one thing we know for sure, even if they didn't miss Kabalas HaTorah, they missed experiencing the Nisim of Yetzias Mitzrayim, they missed Kriyas Yamsuf, they missed Milchemes Amalek, the war with Amalek. So there's a lot that they missed. And I was thinking about why. Why is that? And it struck me, there's a Gemara in Parashas that talks about Mesiras Nefesh for Torah. The Gemara brings down a pasuk in Parashas Chukas. The pasuk is talking about the laws of Tumas Meis. And the pasuk says, Zos HaTorah Adam Ki Yamus Ba'ohel. That means, this is the law regarding a person who dies inside a tent. And the Torah Kedosha goes on over there to discuss the different halachas of Tumas Meis. What happens when there's a corpse located inside a structure? It transmits Tumah to everything else inside the structure. But the Gemara in Brachas darshans the pasuk, and the Gemara in Brachas says, Zos HaTorah. You want to know how you gain true success in Torah? Zos HaTorah Adam Ki Yamus Ba'ohel. In order to gain real success in Torah, it has to be Adam Ki Yamus Ba'ohel. It has to be somebody who's meimis atzmai al divrei Torah. Somebody who kills himself for divrei Torah. Of course, it doesn't mean literal. What it means is somebody who really puts himself out for Torah. Somebody who works hard on Torah. Somebody who's Moshe Nefesh to get out to the Beis Medrash. Even when he's tired, he goes out to the Beis Medrash and he sits and he learns and he works hard to understand the sugya and he works hard to finish the daf when he's learning daf yomi, or he gets up early in the morning and he's Moshe Nefesh to go to that 5 o'clock in the morning daf yomi shir. That's how you get real success in Torah. It's with Mesiras Nefesh. And it strikes me also, I'm a second generation, my father was a Holocaust survivor, my father survived the horrors of Auschwitz, and it always struck me, it seems to me to be very clear that the post-war generation had tremendous siyata d'shmaya when it came to building Torah. Look what we've built in the relatively short amount of time in the post-war years. Look at the yeshivas and the Bati Midrashim and the kailalim and the shuls and the communities. A tremendous, tremendous growth of Torah. Look what just went on now with the siyumim of Daf Yomi. So many people learning Daf Yomi, and look at Art Scroll, and look at all of this. Such a tremendous growth in Torah. To me, it seems obvious that the Ribbono Shel Olam gave an extra dose of siyata d'shmaya for the post-war generation. And again, I think it fits into what we're saying. When there's Mesiras Nefesh for Torah, When Klal Yisrael went through a period of World War II with such tremendous, unbelievable Mesiras Nefesh, so that brings with it, it brings Siyata D'Shmaya. Could be that the reason why Moshe Rabbeinu's family did not experience Kabalas HaTorah is because they didn't have the Mesiras Nefesh that the rest of Klal Yisrael did. The rest of Klal Yisrael went through the Shibud in Mitzrayim. They went through the slavery in Mitzrayim. And what they had to go through, the suffering that they had, that brought them to a level where now they were deserving of the incredible Siyata D'Shmaya and the incredible Hiskalos HaShchina, the revelation of Har Sinai. They merited experiencing that because of the suffering that they experienced before that. Moshe Rabbeinu's family did not experience that. They were in Midian. They didn't experience the Shibud. Now you'll ask me about Shevet Levi. You'll say Shevet Levi didn't experience the Shibud. While it's true that Shevet Levi did not work, and while it may be true that Shevet Levi was not physically enslaved, but they were in Mitzrayim. They experienced the Shibud, even if they only experienced it secondhand. They watched it. They saw it. They saw what was going on. And maybe that was enough for them that they were Zoicha to Kabalas HaTorah, while Moshe Rabbeinu's family was not. I think the takeaway for us, the lesson that I would want to learn from it, is that when you're Meiser Nefesh for Torah, you get Siyata D'Shmaya, you get divine help. So if somebody wants to be one of those Messiahmen 7.5 years from now, when Mirz Hashem Klal Yisrael will make another Siyam Hashas, if you want to be Zoicha to really understand Torah, sometimes somebody takes out a Gemara and they say, I can't, it's too difficult, I can't get through a sugya, I don't understand it. Or they say, I can't go to the shir every night. You know what? Don't worry right now about going to the shir every night. Go to the shir tonight. Be Meiser Nefesh. Put yourself out, even though it's hard, even though you're tired. And you're going to find out that you'll be able to do far more than you ever thought you could. Because the Mesiras Nefesh that you put in, that will have the Rebbeinu Shalom give you extra kaiches. Let's remember, people used to tell me when I was saying Daf Yomi Shir, people would say, it's very hard for me to find the time. I don't have the time. Who gives you time? The Rebbeinu Shalom is the one who gives you time. How many ways are there that the Rebbeinu Shalom could give you extra time? There could be no traffic on your commute. You could find parking right away. When you go to the dentist, there could be nobody in the waiting room. There are so many ways that the Rebbeinu Shalom could give you time. If you're Meiser Nefesh and you give the Rebbeinu Shalom the time when you think that you don't have the time, then the Rebbeinu Shalom will give you time. If you're Meiser Nefesh to learn a sugya and you sit and you work on it and you work on it and you work on it, suddenly you may find out that the sugyas start going into your head a lot simpler than they were before. So I think for us, that would be the takeaway. The takeaway is let's have Mesiras Nefesh for Torah. Let's have Mesiras Nefesh for mitzvahs. And in the merit of that Mesiras Nefesh, we'll find out that the Rebbeinu Shalom will give us tremendous Siyata D'Shmaya in all areas of our life. Like I always say, the Schus HaTorah should stand us all in good stead. If you enjoy these videos, I would ask you to please click on the little subscribe button over there on YouTube. It does help me out, and you could always drop a line. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Be well.